YouTube, what's happening with it? It's your boy Mario coming at you with another video. It's been a while since I posted one, man, because I've been out here grinding, trying to chase this paper. Yeah, man. It's been crazy out here lately, but in a good way, though. One of my last videos, I said something about working on agent relationships. If you with Landstar or any other company going through agents to get loads, I better work on them relationships. You know, I pull my own van pretty much whenever I see I need to. But I got on with an agent right here, about 2 hours away from me in Charleston, South Carolina, pulling containers out of the port. I run 2 different container accounts. One of them dedicated. It's a short run, so you know I can do up to 5 loads a week, and I have. And it's drop and hook at the receiver. You know, you just pick the container up at the port. And the other account, you know, I pick up a container and I take that thing all the way to Tennessee. It's hazmat, you know, but hey, it pays. And then when things slow down at the port, I can go and pick my own van up and run loads with that. And that's what I've been doing for a little bit now, and I'm loving it. I was supposed to pick up a load yesterday, but I guess a lot of loads got put on hold because of some storm going down in Florida. So I'm like, okay, I'll run containers out of the port. The boat, you know, it didn't show up. They're supposed to be there around 8 o'clock this morning, but I got an update saying that the boat to show up around 1400 or 2 o'clock for those that don't know military time. So we'll see what happens, you know. I shot a message over to the agent here not too long ago to see if maybe they got van loads going anywhere else, you know, other than Florida, so I can get out of here ASAP. You know, I don't like to start my day too late in the, you know, in the day. I don't like driving at night, so I'd rather just start early in the morning and get as far as I can, you know. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, like I was saying earlier, man, it's bank off of agent relationships. Bank off of agent relationships. You can run wild on a load board if you want to, and some people do good at it. But at the end of the day, the way I see it, it also depends on what part of the country you're into. If you're in the Midwest, it's good to have agents because they can keep you moving. But if you're in the Midwest, you can run out the load board because something always coming out of there and it's paying good. You know? But at the end of the day, the relationships is always going to come out on top. You know, I got a few agents I can call on and keep myself moving, going on through. But I just wanted to give y'all a little update on everything going on with me. Like I said, I mean, I'm bouncing back and forth between van freight and containers. So, you know, it does okay. I can't complain about it. So, if you're new to Landstar, start working on developing relationships with some of these agents. You know, if you call on a load and the load's not there, they say the load's canceled, you know, the load's covered, whatever excuse they give you. Don't just hang up. Ask them if they got something else. Ask them if they got anything else coming out of that area. You know, if, okay, it's covered today, but do you have this load, you know, on a regular basis? And if they do, and it's close by where you're at, hey, get in with them. You know, set up a little triangle for yourself. Or you can set up a little, somewhat dedicated run on your own. If an agent has a load going one place, you know, 2-3 times a week, and if they got a backhaul, you got that. Bank on that. But if they don't, and you find a load from another agent coming back from that way, if they got a load coming back from wherever you're dropping at, bank with them. Set up a little triangle for yourself, or a small little back and forth lane for yourself. You know, there's so much flexibility in this, running with Landstar. It's almost crazy how some people can't make things work. And I'm not just speaking as if it's a perfect world for me, because it's not. Because for a while, trying to run off the load board, I wasn't making anything. I was getting frustrated. I mean, every single load I called on is covered, it's canceled, it's pushed back. The pickup date was pushed back or whatever. Y'all don't mind me, I'm driving. But I was frustrated, and I'm like, okay, I can't get this to work at all. But some of the people that's been running with Landstar for a while tell you, if you can't get yourself moving, contact your BCO advisor. And that's what I did. And she recommended I run with a dispatching company, giving them 3% of every load. I didn't really do it at first, but hey, if they can keep me moving, I'm going to do it. And what I did was I ran with that dispatching company, and every load that they booked for me, I wrote down that agent code, the agency code, the agent's name, the agency name, as far as, some, agents have their own name for their company or whatever. I wrote down the company name, I wrote down the agent's phone number, their name, and I just kept a list of every single agent I ran for with that dispatching company. And once I had a good list of people to run with, I was set. And a lot of times, the dispatching company will book loads with some of the same agents I ran with before. So I was running loads repeatedly with some of the same agents and building a relationship that way. So not only that, but I can use any of them agents at any given time. And then when I got a hold of this one agent, because, I started running into the same issue once again, because even with some of those agents, it's not their fault. They may lose an account, or that account may slow down because of the season or time of year or whatever. So, I wasn't moving as much as I wanted to. So I'm like, I got to find something consistent. So what did I do? I started, if you go on Landstar online, on the Available Loads app or whatever, when you go to, search for, the page you look to search for loads and everything, there's one very valuable tool on that page: Lane Match. I put in where I want to start, where I want to end, and every lane for that particular area will pop up. I started calling every agency that popped up on Lane Match. And then not only that, but I also networked through Facebook on the Landstar pages and other truck pages. And somebody posted, there was an actual agent actually that posted, that she has container freight coming out of, Charleston and Savannah. But the Savannah agency is GTB, I believe. I called them, they didn't have anything for me. But they recommended a sister company, which is what I'm running my dedicated and the other container account from. And I believe their agency code is GTF. But I got on with them, and man, I love them. I mean, they're very friendly. That they welcomed me with open arms. I had a very good first impression with them. They always seem happy and in a good mood. If things happen, I had a few container loads I pulled with them, and as long as you keep them updated on what's going on, everything will run smoothly. I had a few chassis, like Landstar has their own chassis, and they got some of them that, that they run specifically for out-of-state loads, like that one account that I run with Tennessee. I pull a Landstar chassis. But the other account that I run, to North and South Carolina, I have to use a chassis from the port. And I've had 2 days in a row, 2 different chassis, where I had a tire fall apart. It didn't blow. Just the tread fell off. So I'm guessing there was a recap. I never dealt with recap tires before. I let them know right away. Each time, took pictures, sent them in. Okay, great. If you can run it in, run it. We'll get the tire taken care of as soon as it gets there. No issues. That's the only downside about running containers is the chassis are not very maintained. Landstar's chassis are well maintained. Just like all of Landstar's company trailers, company vans, they got that tire inflation system on them. The Landstar chassis got the tire inflation system on them. I mean, I'm not saying don't check your tires, nothing like that. Don't check your air pressure, nothing like that. But they're well maintained. They ride smooth and everything. The port chassis, they're not maintained that well unless you report any damage. You have to be the one to do that. Just like with Landstar's company trailers. If something wrong with it, you have to report it. You have to report it. It's not going to just get done on its own. You got to, let the port know if something's wrong with a chassis, lights being out, a bad tire or whatever the case may be. You have to be the one to do that. But I'm loving it, man. Networking. Every now and then, I pull into a truck stop or whatever, a mom and pop or one of the big chains, and I'll see Landstar trucks in there. And sometimes I'm antisocial and don't want to stay. I don't want to be bothered. I stay in my truck, listen to music and all that, call family or whatever, or just play games on, my laptop or on my phone or whatever. But sometimes, I want to be a little social, and I'll go out and I'll talk to a few other Landstar drivers. I'll even talk to drivers from Mercer, Great Wide, any of these other places. I don't necessarily talk about rates. I don't talk about money. I don't talk about lanes or none of that. Well, lanes kind of, but I don't never talk about rates because everybody's business model is different. The way you run your business is not going to be the same as the next person. Your bottom line is not going to be the same as the next person. Everybody's situation is different. So I never really talk about money or rates. I just talk about life on the road and how they like, being an owner-operator, and kind of compare the difference between the companies and everything like that. But just getting out and talking to different people, because every single time you have a conversation with somebody, I guarantee you, people like to talk anyway, especially the people that's been driving for years. They'll drop some knowledge on you that you weren't aware of. Every time I talk to some of the people, I always find out something new. They'll give me advice, they'll give me little tips and things that help them out with anything, whether it's maintenance, fuel mileage, dealing with agents, anything. So, networking, especially if you're already with Landstar and you're dealing with you run into another Landstar driver, you start networking. Everybody wants to know about, how other drivers do things, how other BCOs do things or whatever. But I guarantee you at some point somebody... Sorry about that, guys. My phone's camera decided it wanted to just give up on me and stop working. But to finish up what I was trying to say, I guarantee any Landstar BCO you come across, if you run into them at a truck stop, rest area, warehouse, anywhere, they won't mind sharing the wealth, dropping some knowledge on y'all about lanes they ran, agents they use. Most of these guys are pretty cool and friendly. They don't mind giving up, information on things that's helped them get along and help them get, stay successful. You may run across one every now and then that says something crazy like, why should I tell you about lanes that I run that's going to take revenue out of my pocket for the week, But most of these guys are pretty helpful, man. So at the end of the day, network, build them relationships with these agents, get out here because there's plenty of money to be made. Forget about what everybody's saying with these rates, but as long as you keep yourself moving, it's money to be made no matter what you do. So y'all be safe, be easy, keep it in between the lines.